Okay, Happy New Year. It's the first Sports Barn video here of 2022. I, Eric the Big E Arnold, bringing you semi-expert handicapping opinions on college football and college basketball. That's what we got here for you today. So let's get to it. We're approaching our second birthday here at the Sports Barn. I guess that technically that'd be January 6th. 2 full years of Sports Barn videos. I think we're building up an okay track record. We do baseball, college football, and college basketball. And really, our record here for college football has been upwards of 55% this year. I'll take that all day long. I don't think you're going to find better free picks anywhere on the internet, frankly. Quite frankly. College basketball we've been working on. There's just so many games. So I think it's reasonable that we may have a lower percentage of winners in college basketball. But the sheer volume may churn out similar unit wins, if you will. In other words, you're hitting 53% winners in college basketball, but you got double the plays. You're going to generate a similar number of winners as you would have in, say, college football, where you got half the plays, if any of that makes sense to you. All right, so I don't know what else is going on. They die in threes, right? So, and I'm probably forgetting somebody. John Madden, he's dead. Betty White, she died. And now I guess this morning Dan Reeves is dead. Now, if you don't know who Dan Reeves is, you probably need to watch this channel because you really don't know that much about sports. So, I'll tell you. Dan Reeves, a longtime NFL football man, formerly played in the Ice Bowl for the Dallas Cowboys, then coached the Dirty Birds down at Atlanta to a Super Bowl loss. Prior to that, he was with the Broncos, longtime coach of John Elway. I think he may even coach the Giants. I'm not sure about that one. But longtime good football coach, Dan Reeves, passed away this morning. So there you have that. Well, let's get into college football here. I'll throw that up, my picks. Excuse me. That was in a previous video that 31 of you seen. No, probably less than 31 because some of those views were me. So probably less than 31 of you know what the winners are today. Our college football bowl record, 12 wins, 9 losses to date. So that's around 57%. I'm kind of working on this theory right now that, and I've always kind of believed this, that there's only a handful of games, and I don't know what percentage. I don't know. We'll say half. Half are handicapable games. In other words, you either get the right answer or you got the wrong answer. There's no in between. There's no luck. It's a clear decision, and you were either right or you were wrong. And those are the ones we're trying to get right. Then the other 50% is all luck. It's all luck. Like, for example, one of these games leading up to today, the bowl games, Pitt, Michigan State. That was all luck. I'm calling, and I'm saying that because I lost too. It's easier when you lose to say that was bad luck, and I do that. I'm not above those sort of things. But you got a backup quarterback in there starting. Within the first quarter, he breaks his collarbone. Now you got some guy that is a philosophy major and not a very good college quarterback, and you lose. That's luck. That's just that. So I don't know there's a lot you can do about those 50%. You're probably going to win half of them and you're going to lose half of them, just variance. The ones you want to focus on are when there's a clear decision, and you need to get those right as much as you can. You can't be way off, that you need to see what's coming. So we're working on that. Like I said, I think our college football record, which is rapidly coming to an end here with all these cancellations, we only have a handful of picks left in the hopper. So I think we're going to finish the season at a minimum 54%. I'll take that. I'll take that. Absolutely. Yeah, all day long we'll take that. So you're in the, if you're new here, you're saying, where are the picks? Where are the picks? Where are the picks? Yeah, just forward the video if you don't want to hear me ramble on. I'm just trying to sell you when I know what I'm doing. I have a record. I have the receipts. I'm good. Just telling you. But all right, I'll show you what I already showed you in another video for today. We got Arkansas early. I mean, basically another SEC after what happened last night. Yeah, SEC was kind of getting beat around there. Ha ha, you suck. You suck. You guys think you're better. You suck. Well, last night they showed they are better. I mean, they're just better. The top of that conference is just better than the other conferences. Alabama, we correctly predicted that would just suffocated Cincinnati. And then I got this wrong. Michigan's probably a team where I have a hole in my, I'm an Ohio State grad, so sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you don't get good handicapping when you got a bias, and then my bias is that Michigan sucks. But then they beat us, and somehow I got, just caught up in the Michigan hysteria, and I thought they would keep that game close. And it was rather shocking to me the way Michigan, they just dominated us when we played those guys. Their O-line just shoved us all over the place. And perhaps it was just the nature of the day. It was on a cold, snowy day. Maybe that had something to do with it. Now you're playing in perfect conditions, and they couldn't move Georgia at all. Georgia dominated the line of scrimmage, and Michigan was finished. I think the key to that game and where I screwed it up was basically you got two teams that play the same way, Georgia, Michigan. They both want to run the ball. They both want to control the line of scrimmage. Neither one's going to go down the field too much. It's pretty similar. It's just Georgia does that style of game much better than Michigan does. So that's it. It's not a competing style. It's who does what they want to do better. And the answer was Georgia, clearly. So I got that wrong. So there you have that. But today we got Arkansas SEC over Penn State. We got Kentucky over Iowa SEC. Notre Dame's been on a roll. I'm just going to say, from what I've heard, they like their interim coach. They're comfortable with him. So I'm hoping that they're going to put forth a big effort for this guy because apparently he's the guy, right? They didn't go outside the organization. They hired from within, and he's the dude. So, the model liked Notre Dame pretty hard, so we went with that. Utah, Ohio State, we lost to Michigan. They got destroyed last night. We lost to Oregon. They got blown out by Oklahoma. I'm wondering how good Ohio State really is. It's just fait accompli that we have so much NFL speed that we're elite. Don't know. I mean, we could have something really bad happen today. We haven't lost to Michigan and the bowl game in damn near 20 years. This could be the first time since the bad old Cooper days where that's happened, to my knowledge. And I think Utah is going to give us all we want today. So, I just think we're entering into a dark age, Ohio State alum. I think the clouds are looking black, and I'm seeing trouble on the horizon for our beloved Buckeyes. I see it. So, well, let's hope I'm wrong. And then the Sugar Bowl, that should be a hell of a game. Mississippi and Baylor, two of the most underrated teams in the country. And once again, we'll just go down with the chalk. We'll go down with SEC Ole Miss. Now here is the exciting part. Action! We're ready to unveil college basketball once again. When we kicked off this channel 2 years ago, before the world ended, we were doing college basketball, and we weren't doing bad. We got off to a kick-ass start. We were burning up the runway, and then we kind of hit a little bit of a skid, and we were around 52.4% maybe, as we're coming in to the most exciting part of the year, which was the tournament, and the world ended. And we've been, kind of waiting ever since for it to come back to some bit of normality. Now, I think we've kind of reached it where the games, for the most part, are being played under normal conditions. You have normal fans coming into the arena, no restrictions. You are having occasional sellouts, kind of just like normal. The only thing that's not normal is these huge layoffs of a week because the game got canceled because 2 kids were tested. They're not even sick. They just keep shoving these fucking goddamn tubes up their noses and testing. Kids not even sick. Test. Sooner or later, things are going to come up positive, and the kid's not even sick. So I don't know how much longer we put up with this. It's stupid. It makes no sense whatsoever. It never made any sense. But, we're continuing to turn the world inside out because that's what we've been doing for 2 years. World run by fools. But at any rate, I think the college basketball game is normalized itself enough that my model, which is a historical model, will work. I've been testing it since all December pretty much, and we're hitting around 53.5%. It's like, all right, that's close enough. Let's go. Some of my harder, best angles are in the conference play anyway. So that's where I'm kind of thinking, all right, it's go time. We can do this. We can generate some wins here in college basketball. So there's the list. I mean, I put it up here. You can look at it. You're probably thinking, I don't know one of them teams playing who. I have no idea. Is any of this interesting to me? Well, all right, let me help you out here. You're probably going to miss that Wichita game just because by the time I get that video up, that'll have already tipped off. I think that tips off at noon. Tips off a game at noon. Well, in their case, 11 a.m. Central Time on New Year's Day. What is that about? But at any rate, Wichita, we like that. Now, right there, Iowa State, that is a game you should watch. You should watch that game. I know you're probably going to be watching Iowa and Kentucky and football, or worse yet, Arkansas and Penn State. This is a game you should watch. This is Iowa State hosting the defending champion Baylor Bears, who have yet to lose this year. This is perhaps one of the best college basketball teams in the last, let's say 50 years, this Baylor team. They could go undefeated. That hasn't been done since, I don't think I'm going to say this is the Leitner Duke teams maybe. Undefeated, that hadn't been done since the Wooden teams back in the 60s and 70s. So this is exciting. That Baylor team is exciting. They played, now this game, you got to like Iowa State because that place is going to be jammed, a hard sellout. And when I say a hard sellout, that means there's not an empty seat in the place. Every seat is taken. That's a hard sellout. A lot of soft sellouts. Oh, this is a sellout. But it's not really because a bunch of ticket brokers bought the tickets, couldn't unload them for the price they wanted, and the seat sits empty. A lot of soft sellouts. Hard sellouts, much rarer, but they happen. And you got to look at the home team when it's a hard sellout. And I think this is going to be a hard sellout despite the awkward timing of this game. They like their basketball in Ames, Iowa, maybe just because there's nothing else to do out there. And I think this game's going to be close just because both teams play great defense. This game might end 35-30. We're catching 7.5 points. I'll take Iowa State there. And then the rest I have, it's all model stuff. There's no point in rattling it all off to you. I'm trying to look and see if there's any other interesting games there. We always like Kansas at home. That's a good. Generally, the model focuses on away teams. We're going to probably be playing 60-75% away teams in the barn here this season. But occasionally we catch a home team we like. We like Kansas at home. They're always, George Mason, that's who they're playing. I'm sure none of you knew that. But George Mason's had a nice little start to the season. They beat Maryland at Maryland, helped get Mark Turgeon fired. But George Mason having to travel all halfway across the country over New Year's Day weekend, that's just, I just don't think they're mentally there. It's like, all right, this is a payday game. This is a job squad game, if you will. Mick Foley and Al Snow used to call themselves a job squad, or certainly Al Snow did, where he'd say, book me, pin me, pay me. That was his motto, I think. Book me, pin me, pay me. Because that's wrestling, He was there to lose and get paid doing it. So that's what George Mason's there to do. So they've booked them. They're going to go out there. They're going to get pinned by Kansas, and then they're going to get paid. And then they're going to go home, and they'll have money for next year's college basketball program. The rest of it, Oregon, that's a tough place to play. They're playing Utah. That game will be on TV late night. I think that's one of them Pac-12 network deals, so probably no. We ain't going to be able to watch that unless you bootleg stream it on the internet. Not that I'm going to try to do something like that. If I'm awake, I might. And the rest is all just, minor league fill-in games, mostly away teams. Mostly away teams there. I gotta distinguish, the font here isn't quite right. You can't really tell who's the away team and who's the home team. I gotta work on that. We'll have something better for you next time, where the home team stands out a little more in your face than the away team, in case, you like home teams or away teams and you need to know which is which. What's 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know. There's a bunch of games there, a bunch of college games there. I'm going to say it might be upwards of 15. So, we're looking 8-7 would be a win for us. Barely. 9-6 would be better. That's what we're looking for there. So, Happy New Year's to everybody. Haven't quite figured out, if there's going to be a corresponding video every time we're playing these games. Because these videos add 2 hours to my day. And, like I said, I don't have anything to really tell you here about these games. I can't, I could I'll just pick one out at random. Rice at North Texas. It's all the same theory that North Texas, it's a big empty arena. Rice is not that much worse than North Texas. North Texas is just not going to have the energy in that empty arena to cover 10.5 points. You're paying a premium for a home court that doesn't exist, a home court advantage that does not exist. You got to have asses in the seats. I almost think it's a negative. Hey, we're at home and, no one's here. No one likes us. Our own fans aren't even here. This is depressing. So I almost think it's a negative when you're at home and basically all these mid-major conferences, nobody puts asses in the seats. There's very few places that have good turnout where you can, all right, those guys over there, they want us to win and they're here to cheer for us. And there's more than 6 of them, very few places. So that is the common thread that you'll see throughout our college basketball season at any rate. Good, great, thanks. Hey, Happy New Year. We're looking for a good college basketball season. Yes, Colonel Peterson, we are going to delve into the NFL playoffs. I should do it now, but I haven't looked at it. I know there are a lot of incredibly important games tomorrow for the NFL, and I just haven't looked at it. I get this up, maybe I'll have time to do that this afternoon, and maybe throw something quick and dirty for you for tomorrow morning. We'll see what happens. No promises. Good, great. Hey, thanks. Thanks to the subscribers. If you're new, hey, subscribe. You know, we're still here. We're not going anywhere. We're just not going anywhere.